Tumblr prides itself on is the secrecy. They love when other social media platforms look at them like, what the hell is going on over at Tumblr? So me attempting to explain this should be fun. They like me. They really like me.
You're videotaping the show. I do.
Butt lovers, it should come as no shock to you that I use Tumblr, but I mainly used it in 2012 at the height of my big-time Rush obsession.
You better stop!
My Tumblr now just includes whatever I'm embarrassingly fixated on, so like Cuphead, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, just the TV shows I watch, really. That all changed, however, when I came across this post by Josh's Epic 2222. Prior to my research for this video, I knew none of the memes on this list. Josh has enlightened and cultured me. As you can see, I crossed 2 off. I just don't want to discuss death. I'm sorry. All right, I don't want to. This might not be a good thing to say within the context of what we're talking about, but let me live. There's also this year in review post from the official fandom page, but I don't have time to read all that. I'm just gonna go through the tags, explain it the best I can, and read you some of my favorite posts. And by the end, dare I say, I will propose a new Tumblr meme. That will definitely not catch on knowing me, but I'm gonna try. Starting off strong with the girl ban, because we are living in a material world, and I am a material. You may be thinking to yourself, why did you censor the word girl? I'm scared. I'm gonna read you a bit of this article from January 8th. What do girls, weed, single dads, and Eugene Levy all have in common? Well, they've all recently been announced as part of a large list of tags that will be banned on Tumblr's iOS mobile app at Apple's discretion. While some banned tags are reasonable to censor and moderate, many of the tags confused the internet, which led to an inadvertent swell of memes and user camaraderie. Yeah, the girl ban is literally talking about how they banned the word girl. Who run the world? Who run the world? Who runs the world? Oh, to be a girl, killing people for their bones, engaging in cannibalism, and saying fuck. Out of context, this is a wild post, but as you can see in the tags, they are testing all the banned words and pushing their luck. While there were many memes being spread about this and shitting all over the iOS update, some users brought a really good point to the table. So does Tumblr, want people to see triggering content that will now possibly go untagged so they can't block it? Or, so if you didn't know, on Tumblr there's a way to block tags so you don't see content about the thing that's tagged you blocked? This also made Android users delighted. They love seeing the plight of Apple products. I don't know why I still have this phone. Just logged on to find some buck wild stuff happening to people who have Apple products and use Tumblr. I haven't stopped giggling to myself as I read about it, I'll be honest. Apple, why do you do the dumb things you do? We all ask ourselves that. I love when they just make phones self-destruct when they're too old. It's really convenient and fun for us. Finally, we get to make fun of Apple again. This is my favorite game.
The turns have fucking tabled.
My feelings are hurt. To add insult to injury, not only can Android users say girl, they can also do this. Look at this cute little feature that is not available to iPhone users. Moving swiftly along to the Lennon ashcrack. I can't show a picture of this on YouTube.
Please forgive me, butt lovers.
I'm here to clear up any confusion and trauma for those of you who have seen it. The photo of John Lennon and Yoko Ono where Lennon has the longest ass crack on earth is an edit, tragically. Somebody else wrote, John Lennon's ass crack, extended cut. But now my butt is long and I feel so insecure. Remembering that when my parents saw the John Lennon-Yoko Ono ass crack Photoshop disaster, all of their immediate responses were, you know who have no ass cracks? Redacted married family friends.
Well, that's why your husband divorced you, Kathy. You're an ass crackless bitch.
Who told you about my ass crack? Who told you about my ass? I'm more invested in that one user's family drama than John Lennon's butt crack. Horse plinko. Gesundheit. No. Horse plinko is this GIF? How did this start? It all started with this YouTube video, a simulation of different perspectives, and with the huge reach that this meme has, I'm surprised how little views this video has. Also, just a reminder, because I too forgot, plinko is not like a made-up word, it's an actual game, where things like bounce off these little pegs.
Please allow me the honor of showing you some horse plinko memes.
Horse plinko, the classic vertical incineration game. They added the fire on the bottom too.
You better stop!
Look at this fan art from hell. If Bella Sarah still existed in 2022, they would make a horse based off of this concept. My Dr. Doofenshmirtz impression leaves a lot to be desired. See Perry the Platypus, when I was a young boy. I'm gonna try and put it in one of those, AI voice things.
See Perry the Platypus, when I was a young boy, a horse put me through a plinko machine, and now with my horse plinkinator.
AI actually stands for Athena is sorry. They're gonna rip up your heads, your aspirations to shred. Another horse in the plinko machine. God, it still goes so hard. They say now Tumblr memes scare the living shit out of me, and they're only gonna get worse. Mr. Electric, send him to the plinko and have him incinerated. That's so specific.
Mr. Electric, send him to the principal's office and have him
Expelled! I gotta rewatch Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Guys, we were so wrong. We've been misinterpreting Horse Plinko all along. It's a three-dimensional scene, but depicted without depth perception. The round things are actually— No, it's not. It's bouncing along. You think this horse running through this field is bouncing along some hay? You're an eternal optimist. That horse is in super hell. Wait a second, is that Blorbo from my shows? I love him. The origin of this meme was actually posted in 2021 on Christmas Eve.
That's my soft spot, is kids crying and Santa watching.
That is so weirdly specific.
It's so serious. I love Christmas, and I hate kids crying.
This is from the lustiest Argonian maid, more on them later, and it reads, bitches will be like, previous tags OMG, which basically means like check out the tags on my post. And I check the preg tags, and it's like,
Blorbo from my shows!
so what does Tumblr do when they see the term Blorbo? They adopt it when talking about any of their favorite characters. Me on my way to work thinking about my favorite Blorbos, giggling and holding hands and being silly and goofy. Not everything is about your Blorbos, to you maybe. To me, every other song and probably that car commercial is about them. Continually filling your mutual's dash with your Blorbo like some sort of missionary trying to convert them. Excuse me, would you like to learn about Blorbo from my shows? When all of my Blorbos are my own OC, so I can't consume content about them unless I make it. What's the matter, sweetie? Is Blorbo from your shows having difficulties? Y'all out here speaking Simlish and it's trending. When I saw this meme, I was like, oh my god, it's like that book Frindle. On today's episode of I've never had an original thought in my life. Basically, this book Frindle, this ginger kid with this shit-eating grin started calling pens Frindle, and it caught on so much that it was put in the dictionary. Can you imagine if Webster's dictionary added Blorbo?
Oh my god, we'd real life Frindle for real.
When you see a post that reminds you of your favorite character, that's so Blorbo. Me, info dumping about my current Blorbo. Everyone else. I'm sick of hearing about that little fruit. Recently, I did a poll talking about like which relationship is the best, and I'm not sure if anybody else ever called Ruby and Sapphire Fruity Pebbles, but I was so proud of that. That's such a good name for my Blorbos. Did your old boomer friend use Blorbo correctly? Something very important before we move on to the next meme on the list. The person who originated Blorbo seems to hate Blorbo. I'm not sure if they're playing it up for a bit, but every time you see them talking about it, it's with such disdain. It's very funny. I hope they're adding on to the bit and they're not genuinely annoyed, in which case I'm sorry that I'm fueling the fire right now. I said fire and I immediately thought of Horse Plinko. My brain is already turning to mush. Next, we'll actually be talking about the variations upon Blorbo, such as glup shitto, skrugly, and poor little meow meow, as well as many, many others. I'm not kidding. Tumblr culture is evolving to the point where absolute gibberish is just becoming the norm. In like a year, our language will have evolved so far down that no one from Reddit, Twitter, or Instagram will be able to steal our memes anymore because they simply do not understand them. Tumblr really prides itself in Dadaism. This user pointed out the poem Jabberwocky, which I find hilarious because we use this as like a vocal exercise and articulator in my theater classes. 'Twas brillig in the slithy toes, did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves and the momraths outgrabe. It's nonsense language, but it tells like a story with the way the words sound. It's as brilliant as it is stupid as hell. Now, glup shitto is a very funny one because that specifically was like the Blorbo post, but more specific. Here's the origin of glup shitto. Every time a new Star Wars movie or show is announced, all the fans are like, OMG, glup shitto is back! As someone that just started watching Star Wars, I know, it's accurate.
I honestly kind of like glup shitto better than Blorbo.
So here's the post that sent me spiraling. You see, every glup shitto is a Blorbo, but not every Blorbo is a glup shitto. So I saw it out to understand. Found this very thorough explanation of all the terms. And once they're all written out, you can see how much Blorbo has evolved and devolved at the same time. Blorbo's just favorite character, but Skrunkly is like a baby character that gives me cuteness aggression. Scrimbly Bimblo, I'm sorry, I'm not fluent in bullshit. Scrimbly Bimblo is underrated, underappreciated fave, while Glup Shitto is obscure fave, which kind of sounds exactly like Scrimbly Blimblo. Poor little Meow Meow is problematic, unpopular, controversial. Horse Plinko, that we've now evolved into into this kind of term, I guess, is a character that you would torment for fun. Eeby Deeby is a character I would send to super hell, more on Eeby Deeby later. And 2 bonus terms from the creator themselves, if you want to read through those. Somebody also made this alignment chart. Now, knowing what I know from that super long and thorough post, with this alignment chart, I put all my blorbos on there. You can look through this. It's, you know, I think it says a lot about me. I feel like this chart screams mental illness, but that's okay. Eeby Deeby. This elevator said Eeby Deeby, and people interpret Eeby Deeby as hell. Here's an interesting meme to start on, because it's Orpheus and Eurydice, but and then it shows that meme that's like from like early internet culture. And I love that they combined the two. That's it, buddy, you're going to Eeby Deeby. Eeby or Deeby, dude, you either Eeby or you Deeby. With like a smear frame from I think one of those terrible Aladdin sequels. I'm sorry if you have sentimentality towards it, but they suck, okay? Are we gonna talk about how skrunkly Blorbo from my plinko horse Eeby Deeby is just a new flavor of Roar XD humor? They're not ready for that. And of course a supernatural one, because if you're talking about hell, you're gonna see this motherfucker Cass up in this bitch. That's Cass, right? That's Misha Collins. I saw 1 episode. I'm the one who gripped you tight and raised you from Eeby Deeby. I would watch the show if they talked like that. Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you in Eeby Deeby. It simply does not get old. It's me, boy, the PS5 inside your brain is actually a TikTok.
It's me or the PS5. Tell me which of us is more your type.
It's me, boy, on the PS5, speaking to you inside your brain.
I feel like I never hear about TikToks going viral on Tumblr. There's like this weird disconnect in my brain because like I said, I used Tumblr the most back in 2012. So seeing that TikTok actually exists on Tumblr is like... And even crazier still, the TikTok that blew up was a duet of Salem's, I butchered that pronunciation, I think her name is Salem. It's me or the PS5, which I've done so many of those. Here's one as an example. It's me or your own damn mom. Tell me, are you choosing they or fom? You might wanna call 911. Cause if it's not me, then I'm probably gonna run her
Plot
over.
twist, I'm the mom who's this singing my song. At first I was mad at Disney, now I'm dropping truth bombs. These boys just wanna play with games, but they're just playing with my heart. I didn't think of another line. Fart.
But you don't see me blowing up on Tumblr. I have a theory about why it blew up. The lighting change, the fact that the start of the video is so unassuming, and then he just turns into like, just this agent of chaos with even his facial expressions. He transforms into a completely different person. It's giving skrunkly. My visual disappointment in this clip is bigger than my forehead. Something that supports my facial expression theory. Look at this art! This is really good art. Rainbow text of it's me, boy, on the PS5, speaking to you from inside your brain. Listen to me, boy, leave the girl. We don't need her. I love this use of the meme. It's one of those imagines. Imagine the PS5 crawling inside your brain. You tell him to stop, but he is in there. Ugh. And a crossover I wasn't expecting is somebody made an animatic of 2 brains from Word Girl to this sound. And it fits really well. I'll link it in my description. Live slug reaction. The slug in question is actually a character from one of the Star Warses. It's one I haven't gotten to yet. But what's really interesting is that this character, the screen grab of this character, comes from a leaked poster from April 2019. This shot doesn't actually appear in the movie. This hero even made a higher quality version of the meme with a cute little smiley expression too. But everyone just uses the shit quality one. This Star Wars slug thing, whose real name is actually Cloud, in the meme format usually reacts to something gay happening. Here are my favorite uses of the meme. Which is gayer? Being gay? Or whatever the fuck he's watching. Live slug reaction to Lumity. Very meta Bo Burnham joke. Ha ha ha, he's reacting to himself. This would also imply that the slug is gay. Good for him. Live slut reaction. I also love that one of the tag is hashtag not horses, because this post comes to us from Horse is a Horse, of course. Supernatural, I love you. Naturally. Yeah, I'm at a loss. I don't know what this one is. Live slug reaction, and he's dead. Because, let me explain the joke like a really cool person.
Salt actually kills slugs.
The last one I wanted to show is from Amphibia, because this is the only use of the meme that I like without the original slug character. I like that they used the snail from Amphibia. It fits really well. When I initially saw crabs on this list, I thought they were referring to the dancing crab fan cam that people post whenever somebody problematic dies. That's actually not what they're referring to. I don't think anyway. It's actually this. Now, what are we looking at? The Tumblr staff introduced this feature, Time for Crabs, as like an April Fool's gag. Bitches be like, I can't stand these crabs. 10 minutes later,
Me and the bestie.
Apparently during Time for Crab, you can befriend them, get money from them, and make some of them fall in love with you. This user expresses their disdain as they were not very good at Time for Crab. None of them fell in love with them. None of them wanted to be friends. That would hurt my soul. I'm almost happy I missed this event. Admiration for the crabs. Now here's what I found so interesting, because obviously I didn't get to experience this. So there's this thing now called Tumblr Mart, and I was like, oh my gosh, the dashboard crabs. Let me see if I can get this. I'll give like $2 for some crabs. The worst part about the crabs being back is that you have to actually have friends to get them. Yeah, you can only gift them to people. You can't gift them to yourself. I made my own little Tumblr post about this. I said, so I can't buy myself a Tumblr crab experience. I have to give it as a gift to my friends? I love me like a friend. Why can't I crab? WTF? You know what? I'll just say it. I want to give myself crabs. And not to brag, it has 3 notes. Yeah, sorry, I'm famous now. I can't reply to any texts or calls. It's not because I'm at a mental health low. No. It's because I'm famous. When I saw Eurovision pussy on the list, I was very scared. Turns out that there was no, genitalia shown. We're getting to that later. For any Americans like me out there that are just uncultured, Eurovision is a huge song contest. It's like one of the theater kids' World Cup. During this year's Eurovision, Latvia popped off with "Instead of meat, I'll let them take it away.
Instead of meat, I eat veggie.
The European Broadcasting Union when the whole crowd screams pussy during the opening of Eat Your Salad. And look at that tag too. People were very passionate. Here are some more memes that I'm not going to read out loud because I really want to monetize this video. At the risk of sounding like the biggest asshole, I really like this one. They used like this kind of meat, like, oh, nice to meet you. Nice to eat you! A lot of people were very up in arms about the fact that Latvia didn't get pushed through to like the finals because a lot of the performances are ballads, which gets boring after a while. Everybody at Latvia and the audience.
You did it, you crazy son of a bitch. You did it.
Okay, but how strange must this look to people who don't watch/know anything about Eurovision? And look at all the posts. I'm gonna go out on a limb as somebody who didn't know about this 5 seconds ago and say pretty damn strange. Here are some more memes. Read them. The Tumblr Blaze launch. As you can see, there are layers to this. Tumblr Blaze introduces a way for you to pay to have your post pushed. Most social medias already had this, but Tumblr jumped on the bandwagon in 2022. And chaos ensued. Honestly, Tumblr Blaze is a genius idea because what Tumblr user hasn't looked at a picture of, I don't know, a weird looking frog or something and thought, I would literally pay money to make random strangers look at this. This sounds like a video idea. I think I'm gonna make a video on Tumblr Blaze in the future. Once I have money to literally, I don't know, burn. Maybe it's called Blaze because you're literally throwing your money into an incinerator.
Much like horse plinko or Eeby Deeby.
Somebody literally paid money to push a post they made where all it says is, anyone remember Among Us? Somebody else added, I knew this would be used for evil. Your Blaze campaign has been approved. Forcing people to look at cute animals is definitely the best Blaze feature. I'd be so happy if those were the ads I was given. Someone decided to Blaze their lesbian Queen Elizabeth fanfiction. It's called Anus Cum Laude. Oh my god, I'm gonna read that. I should Tumblr Blaze my SpongeBob fanfiction, which for whatever reason I've been plugging in like every video recently. I'm so sorry. I don't know when I got so passionate about this. I'm seeing so many Blaze posts today, and I am fascinated by the ways people use Tumblr and what they're spending money on sharing. Some things are expected, photography portfolios, commission advertisements for artists. Gym selfies, apparently. Some dude with a glass of wine, guess so. And the comments are super positive. Pics of a celebrity. Like, it looks like they were lifted from Instagram, put on Tumblr, and then a fan paid to promote it. Why does everyone else get the cute cat Blaze posts, but in the past 3 days I've gotten angelizing, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Christians, desperate crypto bros, and no less than 4 separate accounts posting their not nudes and asking for dates? Oh my god, treating Tumblr like a dating site, that's such a great way to be roasted. Blazed was a well-liked feature initially, as it was a creative idea that had potential for some fun posts. People stopped liking it when it became a way for people to boost their fan cams or evangelize. However, I propose that this actually wraps back around to being a great feature because it hand-delivers a community punching bag right to your dash for all the fun Tumblr angry mob mockery you could ever hope for. This is a the glass is half full kind of person. Somebody sponsored the Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, otherwise known as My Immortal. It's this notorious fan fiction. That's all you need to know, I guess. Just saw a sponsored post with no notes. What kind of psychic damage do you take after paying honest to God money to promote your post and have literally everyone ignore it? Boy, oh boy, do I have a story for you. When I was desperate to have my YouTube videos reach some kind of an audience, I actually spent money to have it promoted. This was like early in my days. I think it might have been 2020 actually. It only reached people that hated it. It got way more dislikes than likes. People did not like feeling advertised to. I thought it was just going to be recommended more on the sidebar, but no. A clip of my video played as an ad before videos. No wonder people hated that. There are 2 different Twitter apocalypses on this list. I just combined them. So unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Elon Musk bought Twitter. But can I just say, I started hating Twitter before it was cool. It was always a terrible website. Like, I'm not discrediting Elon's terrible decision-making, firing a multitude of people, but it always sucked. Like, why are we pretending that Twitter used to be a good website? It was never a good website. Shout out to this tweet by me, though. This is funny. This is content. And we just hit another all-time high in Twitter usage. Lol. Let that sink in. People gather in my yard to watch my house burn. Wow, I've never had this many visitors before. Ryan Mack ended Elon Musk. I felt that. I have chest pain. I've been having chest pain. I need to take omeprazole. I like how I keep just sprinkling in my health issues. Like, just adds a little spice to the video. Oh, should we be concerned? I don't know. I don't know the credibility of this post. I didn't do research on it. I'm just gonna read it. Apparently, Twitter is reaching out to some of the people they laid off to ask them to come back because, whoops, turns out their knowledge and skills are not something Twitter can do without. I hope they bleed the Bird app's new owner for as much as they possibly can. Tumblr, celebrating Twitter's death. It's supposed death, really. Like, I haven't seen anybody really truly leave the platform. I really want to, but I'll have such FOMO. Okay, so like Mastodon is still gonna be my go-to fix for abandoning Twitter, but I gotta say, the shitposting vibes here cannot be beat.
Great compliment to Tumblr and a well-deserved one at that.
Let's talk about Mastodon for a hot second. I tried signing up for it. I do not know how it works. Should I attempt to make a video of me trying it out? I really want to give it another go. Tumblr also responded to the whole Twitter $8 verification fiasco by offering their own users verification for money, and you can get as many blue checks as you want, which looks absolutely ridiculous and fantastic and amazing. I am just so in awe that they did essentially what Twitter did, but without the backlash. Everyone was like, haha, what a funny joke, Tumblr, and they paid money to Tumblr. The newsletter Dracula Daily by Matt Kirkland was a big hit on Tumblr. It was the Dracula book, but written like the character was emailing you, which was very interactive and fun, and people got invested quick. Dracula's 3 weed-smoking girlfriends. I know nothing about Dracula. Even the preview of the email, you get a sense of the tone, and it's very funny and playful. Hold on a minute. You're telling me Dracula has roommates? Oh my god, they were roommates. Tumblr girlies, when their bestie Jonathan emails to describe horrors beyond comprehension that he's experienced during his little trip. I don't understand any of these memes, but they're still funny. And they make me want to read Dracula, which is an urge I've never had in my life. Love that this is just like an understood thing in John's journal now. Yeah, lizard fashion. We've all seen it. Not a clue what's going on. If any of you out there were actually part of Dracula Daily, please share your experience in the comments. I want to live vicariously through you. We objectify vampires here, sir. Now, a little bit of personal news. I stumbled across this ginormous list of other email book clubs going on. So I signed up for Divine Comedy Weekly, Letters from Watson, Pride and Prejudice, and The Woman in White. Odds are I'm probably going to forget about it before they start, and I'm going to start getting these emails and be like, what the hell? Oh, how do I unsubscribe? But I'm hoping my enthusiasm will continue because I really want to be part of this online book club thing. It seems fun. The next bullet point reads, thank goodness he's straight actually. And this angers me beyond belief because I couldn't find it anywhere. I scoured the internet. I specifically scoured, sorry for this call out post, but the original poster, John is Epic 2222, I searched every rendition of this. Thank goodness he's straight. Thank God he's straight. Thank goodness he's straight without the apostrophe. I could not find anything. I don't think this meme exists. I looked for the opposite of it. Thank goodness he's gay, actually. I think it's totally made up. I think he just threw it in the list and wanted to see if anybody would notice. I don't think this is a meme. If it is a meme, please let me know in the comments and where I'm going wrong. I searched the tags on Tumblr, and the only thing that came up with this exact phrase was this post.
I'm on to you, Josh.
I typed in Pikaman to know your meme, and for whatever reason, it thought that Pikaman was this elongated Pikachu, which is also called Longchew. It's not that, it's this, which is arguably way more terrifying. The origin of this meme comes from 2021. It's somebody in a cosplay, I guess. And Tumblr decided, you know what, this is the perfect image to use to promote our site. And I mean, they're not wrong, but I'm not sure if that's something to be proud of. Things that bother you never bother me. They called him a Tumblr sexy man. There's only so much I can take. The official Tumblr account acknowledged him as a sexy man, with their official profile picture being this. There's a chihuahua smoking weed in there. They really don't give a shit. This fan art goes so hard. Why? All Gougar is a picture of this cougar that looks all like weird with his little arms like this. If you saw that sprinting towards you, it would be terrifying. But in picture form on the internet, Gougar Nation, reblog if you're a true Gougar fan. Saw too many Gougar posts before going to bed, and I dreamt it was a real animal. And someone was like, OMG, be careful, there might be Gougars out there. And someone else was like, don't you mean cougars? And the other person was like, no, Gougars. They look like this, and they pulled up this image on their phone. I'm a goofy Gougar. I like this one. It just has the bi flag under it for some reason. Gougar and Michael. I've never heard of this little man in my life, but I support him. Somebody make a buddy comedy about Gougar and Michael. Next bullet point, they unbanned tits. Wait, no they didn't. This article, no, Tumblr is not bringing back corn, explains it pretty well. I like how I'm saying corn, but the word is right on the screen. YouTube's community guidelines, man, I don't know. Back in September, Tumblr announced community labels, which will make it easier for them to filter out sensitive content. Not only did some people misinterpret this as they're bringing back corn, but also somebody who works at Tumblr literally said it. Like, they totally jumped the gun. Just so you have a little bit more context, Tumblr banned, I'll just say it, porn. In 2018, prior to that, they were very sex positive. A lot of people were like up in arms about them banning it, but like it made sense because, I'll just say it like this, bad content was being spread. There's a difference between an adult sharing pics of them and revenge or child exploitation, let's just say. A UK tabloid, Daily Star, took a head of lettuce and said it would last longer than the Prime Minister Liz Truss in office. And the lettuce won, leading to a bunch of these incredible memes. Oh my god, this art. Oh my god. You're laughing. A lettuce outlasted the Prime Minister, and you're laughing. And then right under that is the exact same post phrased a little bit differently. I don't think this meme really originated on Tumblr. Like, sure, it was spread there, but I saw it other places as well. In November, Tumblr brought back porn for real this time. BuzzFeed even posted this article, congrats horny people, nudity is back on Tumblr, which feels very tongue-in-cheek for BuzzFeed. I didn't know they were allowed to say things like that. Another article, Tumblr will allow nudity again, bring on the female presenting nipples. And the end, I'm not gonna show what's being posted now. We have 2 more memes. Second anniversary of November 5th featuring Ryan Reynolds. This one is a doozy. There is history with November 5th that I was totally unaware of. I saw this post with I love you, so I thought it was just the supernatural thing where they were like confirmed gay. Woo! Castile, right? That's what they, Castile. I'm not gonna look it up. I did look it up. Destille, yay! It's Dean in Castile. Castile is one name. But then this meme caught my attention. It's been 2 fucking years. I can't take this anymore. This fucking meme is still how I learn about most current events. Current events. So, more than just the I love you happened? Further down this rabbit hole we go. An anonymous person asked this poster, and they went into detail, so let's read on. Bless you for not knowing, haha. I feel condescended. November 5th, 2020 was one of the most absurd days in internet history, and frankly, in overall history. So the world is trembling over the US election, right? Oh, true. They also said there was rumors of Putin's resignation, which I don't remember at all. Oh my god, this post continues. They call it Distill Putin Election Day. Distill Putin Election Day. It just feels like too much at this point. I'm sorry, can I give my controversial opinion? Maybe we shouldn't hold supernatural as much weight as an election and a dictator hopefully being thrown out of office, which, spoiler alert, he didn't. He's still like the worst. And I don't want to hear any Russian bots in my comments, but I fear it's too late. In 2022, apparently Ryan Reynolds made the fatal mistake. He's not dead. I don't know why I said it like that. But he made the mistake of joining Tumblr on November 5th and was completely shadowed by the sheer chaos of the day, of remembering the day. Oh my god, there was an election. You know, the one that happens every 4 years? Oh my god, gosh, there was a rumor about a dictator and, most importantly, supernatural. So I thought that was it. I then see this meme. Remember, 1605, Guy Fawkes. Guy who? Guy Fawkes? I hardly know the guy. Anyway, here I am again as the uncultured American learning about literal history. I had to check my sources so many times to make sure this was real because it felt like I was being fawked with. Anyway, November 5th is when Guy Fawkes, a Catholic renegade, dramatically failed to blow up London's House of Lords. This is also apparently why British people celebrate Bonfire Night. I didn't even know that was a holiday. They just celebrate somebody's failed assassination attempt. Such a weird reason to celebrate. The dude also has fan art. Really good fan art at that. Tumblr's a great place for artists, man. We are finally at the last meme, the fictional film of Goncharov. And the reach of this meme and how many people played along was actually awesome. It was of epic proportions. It was a great way for 2022 to go out with a bang. Let me read you some posts so you get an idea. The Tumblr community invents a whole mafia movie apparently directed by Martin Scorsese with an official soundtrack, movie posters, screen caps, and all enough to make one question if that movie really did exist at all, like a Mandela effect, was not part of my 2022 bingo card. And then when you look up Goncharov 1973, because there was a release date as well, look at all of these links. Look at all of these links. This poster also says, are y'all fucking serious right now? A trailer and fanfics, forum threads, and meta-analyses? And what the fuck is up with eBay? Like, what are you even selling, my dude? The idea? The joke? This same poster adds again, it's performance art. We are proving that we can, in fact, change the world. The fact that every single addition to this post is by the same poster is a mindfuck in and of itself. And if that isn't enough, Martin Scorsese himself added to the bit, saying, I made that film years ago. What a legend. More memes, more memes. Goncharov is a fake movie that does not exist, but now the line, if we really were in love, you wouldn't have missed, will live rent-free in my mind until I die. Goncharov has broken containment with more articles about it. Get rid of the Goncharov. We can't let people know we gonch. Apparently this Polygon article plays along wonderfully, so let's read a bit of it. Naples, Italy. Right after the fall of the Soviet Union, a man runs through the cobblestone streets, his hands stained with blood. An American drives an ice pack through the eyes of a screaming victim before he collapses and cries. A blonde woman in a fur coat takes... Wait a second. Can we make this movie? This sounds so good. No context November. Figure it out. This is 1,000 times funnier after Goncharov got big. Inside you there are two wolves. Goncharov 1973 should be real and I want to watch it. That's what I just said. If someone actually made Goncharov, they'd fundamentally ruin it. Ooh. Do you love Goncharov? Or do you just love the idea of Goncharov? Now, we've gone through all the 2022 memes. May I propose a 2023 meme? For I feel like I've learned something through all of this research. My favorite memes combined obscurity and everyone's willingness to add on to a bit. May I introduce you to stock photos? Ooh. These stock photos, in and of itself, tell untold stories. Why don't we tell these stories? I say we take stock photos and we pretend the people in them, the characters in them, are criminals! Can I show you my viral post that has 3 notes? This is Gretel Flashsack. She's wanted for armed robbery. This is a picture of her committing the crime, I guess. Billy the Silly Stranglehouse. He made the stocks crash and killed my uncle. Charlotte, look, my finger. Money laundering. And this is Franklin Jr. He was driving while sexting. Take stock photos and make them criminals. It's a story. It's a story you can add on to. It's weird, it's goofy, and it's silly. I'm sorry.
Did someone say 2023's next Tumblr viral meme?
No one said that. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe out there. Watch out for Franklin Jr. Bye!